cash is king, it's been said. Now, before we delve into why cash is king, let's first define what cash is. Well, cash, the stuff inside your wallet, they are units of money, units of currency that are fungible and visible. That is, you can take pieces of it and you can store it, you can divide it, say $100 bill into two 50s, equal amounts, keep it inside a bank account and take it out later for the same unit of value. But why is that important? Why is it important to have this currency, this money? Well, most people in a economy, in most human economies, they work for money. They work for this cash. That is, they take their time, they take their labor, and they do something that other people find valuable. And in exchange, they get this cash as a store of economic energy. Say if someone is a plumber, they fix a sink. After having fixed that sink, this other person wants to have working, they receive an X amount of money, X amount of cash. And that person gets, so it's a trade. And that person, the plumber, can hold on to it and in turn go out and purchase something else. Say he wants to use a piece of that to purchase a bus ticket to go back home. And he takes a piece of that, he gives this bus driver who is also doing something of value, providing transportation, and takes this plumber to where he needs to go. Now the reason it's important, the reason why cash is king, is the people that hold most of it, they're the ones that make decisions. Allow me to elaborate a little bit on that, on why cash equals decisions. Recently, in the past, the most recent Kingston's Journey video actually, I went to the Gambia, which is a little country in West Africa that most people probably have never heard of before. And I had someone that had organized a trip and they offered to have me come along as well. And were willing to pay for the expenses of it. So the plane tickets to get there and the hotels and whatnot, and all the activities have already been arranged, which was a great time. I enjoyed it and I was grateful to be able to join in that little excursion. Of course, it was not the way I'm used to traveling. Perhaps if you've been following along in a lot of Kingston's journey, I've done videos such as doing a little border run from Poland to the Ukraine during the midst of a war, and see how that's like. I go there by myself, just take a train and see what it's like there, or cross over the border into the U.S. to Mexico in a not very in a high risk area, according to the U.S. travel advisories, or going back as far as learning how to dance, or teaching a class inside a classroom in Thailand. All these things, they've been solo, but this one was with a group of people that, the point is, it was something I'm not used to, and I had criticism for. I don't want to digress too much from the point. Now, I wanted to say some things, but I realized that since I was not the one paying for all this and not the one organizing all this, it wasn't my place to voice all this criticism. So I kept my voice silent. And that's the key point I want to make. Now, the person that has the cash, that is doing all these things, that is getting other people to do things, they're the one to say. Because if you're without the cash, or if you're not the one fronting the cash, no one's going to do anything for you, because as in economics 101, there's no such thing as a free lunch. You don't get something for nothing. You have to provide something of value. And if you're not going to be providing something of value, And in most economic transactions, that is in the form of hard currency provided to the other party, they're not going to do anything for you. So therefore, if you're not the one holding the cash in hand to get other people to do things, they're not going to be doing things. Which is the point I'd like us to take away from here. The person that has the cash holds a lot of influence. From purchasing a plane ticket, that's getting the pilot to take you from point A to point B, or constructing some building, getting a bunch of engineers to design it and the laborers to put up bricks to build the building right here. I want the building right here. You're to put the cash, other people will listen to you. Or sort of say you have a pool of candidates you want to hire for your company. You're the one that's going to be paying for this potential hiree's salary. Well, everyone that is involved in the decision-making process is going to take you seriously because you're the one that's going to be taking care of the payroll. So therefore, just as we mentioned before, that most people sell their time for money, whether that be a street cleaner or an engineer, a doctor, a soldier, they're all selling their time for money. And if you're on the other side of that transaction, you're the one that's paying salaries, that's paying for things. You have the cash in hand, cash is king, to be paying for things. You're the one with the influence. Other people are going to listen to you. You have a high degree of control over other people. So therefore, cash is not merely a form of transaction. It is also a form of influence over other people. And in turn, cash is a form of power.